Welcome back to Raw Sports Talk. I'm Chris, your favorite stat reader, and we have the Nets hosting the Spurs, and the Spurs are 6.5-point road favorites. The over/under is at 213.5. The Nets are plus 205 on the money line, and the Spurs are minus 250. Now, these are the overnight odds. They're going to change the closer we get to tip off tomorrow, and I imagine the Spurs didn't go anywhere since they played Christmas Day against the Knicks. So I imagine they stayed in New York, so they should be good and rested. Now, this is the first meeting between each other this season. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone, just in case I didn't say it. It's supposed to be Paul, Vassell, Barnes, Sochan, and Wembanyama. And when we flip it over to the Nets, because, they're playing right now and they're in Milwaukee, we're going to roll with who they started. Johnson, Clowney, Claxton, the other Johnson, and Simmons. Lineups are just projected. That's not confirmed. I'm curious to see if they'll actually start Simmons on a back-to-back. Head-to-head, the Nets are 7-3 against the Spurs in their last 10 games. The home team has won the last 4 games they've played against each other. The home team is 8-2. The favorite has won and covered the last 2 games they've played against each other. The favorite is 7-3 against the spread. The favorite is 8-2 on the money line. The over is 7-3, and the over 213.5 is 9-1. Now, with all of the ways that they did these matchups for these games, why they have teams playing back-to-backs and, traveling Milwaukee to New York, I'm curious, what level of AI makes these schedules. The Spurs are 4-6 in their last 10, 4-6 against the spread. The over is 7-3. The over is hitting their last 2. They're on a 2-game losing streak, but they've covered the last 4 games that they've played. 259 points, 208 points, 217, 231. 7-point win, covered. 20-point win, covered. 5-point loss, covered. 3-point loss, covered. This is not including the game that the Nets are playing right now, because the game that they're playing right now just tipped off, and they're tied at 23 in the first quarter against the Bucks. So the whole lot of basketball to be played in that game. They're 2-8 in their last 10, 3-7 against the spread. The under is 6-4 on a 2-game losing streak, not including the game that they're playing right now against the Bucks. 231, 195, 199, and then 205. 29-point loss didn't cover, 7-point win they did, 11-point loss they did not, and then a 15-point loss they did not. The under has hit in the last 3 games, not including the game that they are playing right now, because it's only the first quarter that the Nets have played. And I know I'm getting a jump on this a little bit early. Some games have lines, some games do not. I'm going to take the Spurs on the money line. I will take the Spurs laying the points, and I'm going to go over in this one. Wemby put up a double-double in the last game, and that was a nice little prop bet that I should have jumped on, and I didn't. I went with Towns instead, and he finished the game with 9 rebounds, and I was furious because Wembanyama was positive money. Spurs with the money line, Spurs laying the points and the over. These are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut, and please bet responsibly.